Do you ever find that our beliefs kind of muddle us,
Yes, they do.
distort our view of reality,
Yes,
of
they
what
do.
we believe?
Yeah.
Now, I gotta pick my words very carefully, and I mean no offense to anybody while stating this video,
Mm-hmm.
and it might appear that way, but I'm gonna say it how it is, or how I feel it, or see it. Might
Mm-hmm.
not be accurate, but still. In the world, don't we believe that we're so self-centered as nations?
Yeah.
And we view other nations as a whole rather than individual
Yeah.
or individuals within the nation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of strange. I've been there myself and had this sort of distorted view as well. But I think I've come a long way from that. And I just think that it's probably more relevant in the world now to hear these words than it is any time before. Not every single politician is corrupted. Yes?
Yeah.
Not every single rich person is greedy
Yeah.
or wants to take money. Did you know that some of the most richest people in our societies actually make the largest donations to the less fortunate people in society?
Yes, they do.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they wish to remain anonymous in those sort of
Mm-hmm.
situations. It's like saying that not every soldier is evil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then if I was to look at Russia, not every single Russian is a bad, evil person. Not every single person in Iran is a bad person. I mean, we can keep going with this. Not every single copper is wanting to be control and put this domineering rubbish onto people. Not every single police officer wants to do that. And they're not doing it. Let's be realistic. Not every single person on benefits is a liar or a cheat. Not every single person in another nation is bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all. Far from it. You just have regular individuals who just want to get on.
Yeah.
That's what you got.
Yeah.
And yet, it's so easy to tar everybody as the same
Mm-hmm.
because of something that a few or some individuals believe.
Yeah.
Not every single person that comes from the East is a terrorist. Not every single guy is a woman beater or controller. Not every single organization out there wants to, I don't know, what's the word? Infiltrate their control over you. It's weird how we view this world, isn't it? As that we hear something trickle down and it must mean everybody over there. All of them, because they are them. Which isn't that the very definition of racism? Discrimination? What is that? What is the word that I'm looking for that? It's other than stupidity, all right? Like we so quick grab something and
Um,
if we go to war with another nation, they all must pay the price. What is that? What is that?
hmm. I can't find the word for it.
We can brainwash each other really easily, can't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah. It's like being susceptible to some suggestion, like that's your enemy and you have to fight against them.
Yeah, but
And you've never
why?
been there, you don't know anyone from that country, you have no idea why those people are your enemies.
That's really interesting to me.
Yeah,
That really
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's not interesting actually. It's baffling actually. Yeah, we've never been there.
Hmm?
We never experienced a culture.
Yeah, we don't know anything about most of the countries where it's happening.
Your future wives or husbands or future careers or your future betterment
Hmm?
could be there. And likewise, it could be here
Yeah,
in the reverse of that.
yeah.
How do we come to such a point where nations believe that it's ours? You are wrong.
Yeah, that requires some brainwashing first, doesn't it?
That's a lot of brainwashing. But how can we brainwash each other into this negativity, fear structure? How do we brainwash each other? How does it happen? But we can't brainwash each other into a sort of love, or so you start acting from a place of love that can be used against you in a weird way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's relationship. That's this. That's this. That's that. Now, come on, give. Where did you determine that? That's a relationship that is then put on a pedestal that's more higher than that relationship. So, because we see something and we say so, we tell you that that is a relationship. So therefore it must be.
Yeah.
Despite what others may think in that relationship. And again, that's in the reverse of that. There is a lot of that in that relationship with that nation has now turned bad. Then that means all people there. That's like a really iron fist, really, isn't it? That's really massive, isn't it? That's it. None of them. None. There ain't nothing quite like an iron curtain and the one that's been put in the mind. And that iron curtain might sit around a nation that believes.
Yeah.
So I see with some of these protests in London, and they say that you're not allowed to incite racial hatred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But why does that not work on both sides? This is my country. You can't come here and do this. This is my nation. What is that?
That is hatred.
That's racial hatred.
Yeah.
And the cops are like, backs to these people, arrest them.
Yeah. They just leave it, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps they want to do something about that, but have been told very clearly that you do not.
Yeah, maybe.
Damn, Farage, you're not even in power yet. And look at it. Look at this.
The division already. Yeah.
It will get darker before it gets light. That is interesting. How do you get light in a situation? Just hear me out. If now that you've made this very clear, to another nation that might not be very happy. And to you it's not very happy, and to you this is not very happy. And there are people caught in the middle of this who probably don't even want to be a part of it. Do you truly want to be a part of this shit that's going down? Or you just want to get on?
Yeah, live life and let others live theirs.
But that should be on both sides of the spectrum, to be living in harmony and in peace. And then that might start building a hatred elsewhere that then we are all bad. We're not. We're really not. There is a fickle situation going off where two sides, this is escalating. And if you don't come into the middle and listen to both sides and try and find a way forwards with this,
yeah.
Why is it okay for one to protest and not another? That's interesting. Go back to during lockdown. A little bit of a different situation there. I've got to admit that. That's a disease spreading like crazy. It's like tarring everybody with the same brush. I would just look at this. This is something that you want. You obviously want this. Do you want this? Why have people been fined before this happened for doing those things that are now accepted?
Yeah.
Why have they been fined? What is that? Then they washed through the courts and jammed the courts up with this.
But has it been accepted or not really? It's just that depends who says it.
Or who lets it happen?
Yeah. Some influential people are forgotten. Their words are forgotten if they are forbidden right away because they said it in a heated explaining or something. I don't know.
Somewhere along the line, there's got to be a middle in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like we're going to go back to Victorian times, aren't we?
Yeah. It looks like it. That was not a good time, was it?
No, I don't think it was.
Yeah.
Looking back on that, no, I don't think that was a very good time.
Yeah.
This all gets very easy. You start with one, eliminate one, it moves. It's not going to go away because you've now taught a psychology.
Yeah.
It just moves. This gets easier and easier.
Yeah.
Then when you picked off those, you picked off those. Now who's going to be the one that's going to get this next? Oh, it will just stop then, will it? It's just going to go away and dissipate back then, is it? No, it won't. It will keep going. It's going to keep on going. It'll then move on. Move on and move on and move on and move on and move on. And then the ones that are left in this little group, what happens if one of you have a mutiny inside that? And then that family's cast out, and then this one's now cast out, and then because you had a different opinion, right? Then now this one's casted out.
Yeah. All right.
And then they'll say, "Oh, my taste, this is unacceptable. You made this. This is what you're making." We can brainwash each other that this is all acceptable and this is all okay. We can just brainwash each other all day about it, can't we? You can't brainwash each other into becoming better people. Finding the middle, finding the balance, balancing it out. No, we've got to have the rough before the smooth. What happened to the middle?
Who knows? You don't see it. It's extreme to extreme these days for everything.
All or none?
Yeah.
None or all?
Yeah.
Do you want to harm another nation because they're all bad? And likewise, is it then acceptable that you all be harmed because the viewpoint for you is now all bad?
But you don't accept that part.
Right, no one will accept that part, right? Yes, because it's about getting in there first. Come on, get in there, son.
Yeah.
That's macho.
Yeah, it's only one-sided.
Then what is that? Rather than, hang on, who. No, you're all right, thanks. What, again? Why? Well, because all of those people are bad. Or are they? Well, I'm not exactly saying that. Yes, you are. You're demonstrating it.
Yeah.
It will then start to grow and grow and grow because the blind eye's being turned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you can't do it. Suppression, oppression, whatever it's called. But it's okay because we're not going to tell you off. We'll put our backs to you.
Yeah, we can do that, but they cannot do it to us.
And then tell me what was the point in all of those laws? Then what was all of the prison sentences or outcomes or fines? Put it another way. It's like legalizing murder, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still keeping murderers in prisons.
Yeah.
It's okay to kick someone in the head, apparently, in the name of something. Is it? Then why do you have handcuffs? Why do you have tasers? Why do you have ways of detaining and training if that is the answer? And then what is the difference between somebody else going out and doing that when they want to dish out a bit of justice? And then what is the point in having a court? That seemed like a fair enough punishment there, didn't it? Just let them go afterwards, especially if they haven't done nothing. Go on then, off you go. Toodle pip. You were already punished. So then what is the point in all of that?
Yeah.
What, a justice system is okay with that? A judge would be alright with, no, you shouldn't have mouthed it off, you should have done this. What is that? Well, you said, no. Where is your justice in that? Bit of this justice is alright. There is no bullying in our schools. Are you sure? Turn a blind eye to this. Deny that it ever happens. Well, they told me that it weren't happening. Child grows up, suicide. Bullying. From the big bullies. And their macho ways to prove points with fisticuffs. Because that's accepted, is it not? Well, it seems it.
Yeah.
And if it ain't, just join this group, or join that group, or join this group, or go and join this group, and then you get to label everybody the same. So then another way, is it okay then if police officers grant everyone and tell everyone that they're a criminal because they're not a police officer?
Yeah, they are all suspicious of crime.
That's it, you're all committing crimes. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly the same as tarnishing a group of individuals. And then I ask the politicians, is it okay then if we all call you corrupted? Every single one of you is corrupted. None of you stand for anything good. You're nothing but complete misery. But have hope. Have hope. Have hope. Well, I have hope in the fact that history keeps repeating itself. I got hope in that. Actually, I don't even need hope. I got a guarantee with that. That will keep happening, yes. That history keeps on repeating itself. I think it's going to take every single politician everywhere and public service agency to pull together and come together to fix this mess.
Yeah.
Then it's going to trickle down to every single person in the public. It doesn't matter what your geographical background was, is, isn't. What your religious belief is, isn't. We're all going to have to come together to fix this.
Yeah.
If not, be prepared to lose everything that you know and call a life. And it will all be your own hands that do it. Every single one of you. There's one thing I'm missing. What's the new? What's new then? What new is going to be the new then? Once all of this is pulled down, what is the new?
Don't know.
No one knows.
No one tells.
So you've got a project, an idea then, of a better world, but you don't know how that looks. So let's pull down this one. What? Do you have children? Do you have any, what's that word, conscience? Do you care about the kids of this nation? What you are teaching them? Every single one of you ought to be ashamed. What are you teaching them? This is how we solve it. This is how you do it. Come on, kids. Don't do what we do, but we do what we tell you, right? This is how you sort it. You've got kids. That's it. Have no plan and mindlessly go forwards with this.
Hmm?
You've got no plan. No plan. What's better than this?
I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder as well.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
the alternate then?
Yeah.
What is it you're pulling it down for? You are going to knock down your house into nothing and you have no idea of how you're going to rebuild it. None. Don't you think it first comes the understanding of what you're going to evolve into before you knock the building down? You would already have a plan of what is going to go in replacement of that.
Yeah.
Or are you going to leave it for someone else to do and build for you again? And then be just as unhappy?
Hmm.
Because you left it for someone else to think they know what is best for you. I don't know. I don't know. What the hell is this? We're so educated, right?
Yeah.
Everyone is educated. We all go to school, yes, and we got an education, but in what?
In some stuff that we do not use, really, do we? Do we?
No, everyone has to submit a business plan, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to improvise this next business. We're just going to improvise this next society. I mean, it's massive. What you're talking about, this is massive. Only some of you know the plan? Does everyone know the plan? Everyone. Then does everyone get a say in that plan?
Hmm? That would be good, wouldn't it? Oh well.
Well, the plan already looks like loads of discrimination,
Yeah.
lots of my and ego,
Yeah.
my country, my this, my that. Okay, all right then, fair enough.
Take all the money from the pot and use them somewhere
For what?
for something completely different.
To build something like what? Apparently there isn't even enough money in the pot left to pay even pay rises, and the cost of living has boomed more than anything. Okay, to do what? With what? With what?
Yeah, with what? And then
And then everyone's going to work for free in this, yeah?
and children in poverty.
That's going to
That's
cause
left.
more poverty.
Yeah, that's left. Because that's, I don't know why.
And then who's going to pay for this all to be cleaned up if it does kickstart into civil war?
No what?
NHS at breaking point.
Yeah.
This goes civil. What do? Are they not going to treat people? Are they going to treat people? Can they afford to treat anyone in this? If this really blows over, if this booms out, right? What happens then? Who is going to pay for that? The working class? Who are already whinging about paying too much for every... Are we really this... Are we seeing this or not?
If there is civil war, is there really any working class like such?
And then let's just look at that for a second. A tax pot versus a private pot.
Yeah.
Which one looks more?
Looks more...
We reset it and then we then say, okay, now you have to pay this much for your dentist, this much for your hospital,
yeah, you'll pay...
this much for your education.
You'll pay much more into private one, won't you?
If the NHS can do it for less, why can't they do it for less for everybody from that pot? When do you think by now that across the world, if we were joined into the EU, that we'd be able to share some sort of free hospital?
Yeah, I would think so.
Free dentist?
Yeah.
Oh, do you know how much that would cost? Okay, so then what about take out all the teeth then and put in brand new teeth? Ones that require less pain and less lots of spoon dripping work. You only fix the person's mouth one time. Once. One payment out of that tax pot. Or keep people in a job to keep fixing the problem that they're already falling. Which one sounds more expensive to you? One-time payment or spoon drip it? Medication to prolong something to make you sort of masked, or a one-time fix that fixes the actual problem. Done. Finished.
Yeah. That's better, isn't it? If you can fix something and it's done, then do it. And don't bother with it again because it works.
Yeah, it's worked. Done.
Yeah.
End of.
Maintain.
Sorted. How much money does that
then
free up in that sort of situation? And then what does that pose the money for? Well, next problem would be overcrowding, perhaps. Oh, my days with this big thing above us called space. What the hell? We're going to end up... What are we going to do? We ain't got no space. Farms above, houses below. What is this? Robots take care of the mundane stuff that no one wants to do.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got this tax, we can put those in there. There ain't no need for artificial intelligence in that. It just needs to be sort of dumbed down enough just to be able to do the work.
Yeah.
This frees up a little bit more time for what? Artistic creativity. Lovely. Which again makes you very balanced. Exploration. Taking on something that you've never tried before. Or, let's go back to Victorian time and redo it all over again. Well, we know that one. Yeah, we did. Tick, done. Okay, moving on swiftly. You keep living in the past. Oh, wow. Back and forth we go like ping pong. What is this? What about going up to the moon and converting it into a greenhouse? Tons of regular work. Nice. Why is a greenhouse? We get food. Apparently, it is build houses or not have farmland.
Oh.
We don't know whether we're going to have farmland or we're going to build on it. Underground farms. Lovely. Before you build up a massive, massive skyscraper, as above, so below, right? Big ass greenhouse down below. Nice big skyscraper on top. Every house is laden with a greenhouse down below. Well, how are you going to operate it? By using light columns that go all the way down. It's usually known as glass, apparently. How are we going to heat it? Oh, my days. Well, global warming was the problem. Can we not work with that? And then maybe if the threats start to come down across the world, what happens to the nukes? Aha. Do we have power?
Yeah.
Do we then have power?
Yeah.
That then can be put in multiple different devices, right? Rather than all in one massive power station somewhere where Chernobyl could happen. Because this stuff just loves to keep away from itself. It's great because it recharges from the sunlight, right?
Yeah.
You know, like a glow-in-the-dark watch. I mean, that is a great thing, right? That is a really good thing if you use it correctly. Rather than being in this paranoid state. Oh, you have paranoia. There. Shh. Me, I have Do you not mean we have paranoia? And they're there to you too.
Yeah.
Paranoia that is going to overspill at any moment, that nuclear or whatever, or war and what the fuck is this? This is a life? From my country to yours. Extend the my and yours, please. From this side of the world to that side of the world, then. You still need leaders in this, do you not? Is there still a place for everyone in that? Or is it, oh no, we don't need any of these anymore. It'll run itself. Where am I going to be throughout my job? No, where do you see that? You're going to need more of you. Up there, down here, around there, over there. Where do you see it that that's going to end your careers? That's interesting.
Hmm?
Now, is that a lack of faith in your own abilities?
Maybe.
That definitely. What is it that is so? So therefore, that is paranoid then.
Yeah.
So you're clutching hold of something when really
They remember the old times before conveyor belts and machines that were made to move stuff. People did it. So someone compares that to
who is going to
Hitler.
orchestrate this? Humans have an incapability of not being able to run in a direction unless they are being led in a direction because it is a natural thing. All I ask you to do is just adjust your leadership a little bit more upward. Take some of this insight. This isn't just from here, it's from there, 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 it's from there. Oh my days, each nation has a piece of a puzzle that is highly irrelevant to the other nation. If one pulled out, the whole thing dropped down. I mean, that's technically not true. But it's highly relevant that you would want to keep pumping into that. That is then everybody.
Yeah.
Interesting. I find this very... No, I don't find it interesting, actually. I'm not even... people say, oh, you must be coming from a place of fear. I'm not really. Should I be? I'm not. I'm kind of cool as a cucumber in this. At the end of the day, in these your choices.
Yeah.
So thank you, Nigel Farage. This is working out well, isn't it?
I don't know. Hmm. It's not working well, is it? Yeah.
And then where is the genuine in this? Was the genuine in everyone being like, yes, we love each other, yes, hello, talking to one another? Was that the genuine part, or is this now the genuine part where everyone's now hating each other? Which one is now genuine? Because, with those types of conflicting actions, how do we get conflicting right now? The only one that hasn't been had is the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is interesting. True colours, they would say. True colours. Oh no, what about E.T.? You do not want to become it. Do you not want to be E.T.? Collectively.
But you have to do something for it. You have to invest into it. And then you don't have enough money for wars, do you? Mm. Oh, my.
But I just think we keep focusing on that.
Yeah.
Well, let's just try and focus then on being E.T. What does that look like? Well, imagine it. Big alien invasion, oh my god! Yeah, okay, fair enough, sure.
Can you imagine if Khrushchev and Kennedy cooperated?
That would be a very different world,
Where
wouldn't
would
it?
be now?
Where
Yeah.
would we be? Isn't that? Yeah, that's
where would we
interesting.
be? Yeah.
You know the treaty that's at Antarctica? Or is it the Arctic? I don't know. Which one's south?
Antarctica.
So at Antarctica.
Yeah.
Is our ink still pressed on those papers? Can we make another one of those treaties?
What one?
one that is collectively together for the best interests of all people that fall under every single leader, that it would be well within the best national interests for each and every single leader to join together in a coalition, sign a treaty that you're going to go to the space and put a lot more resources into that. Then if one sees the other doing it, well, okay, I'm going to budget into that. And slowly but surely it drops this thing of war and division and...
Yeah.
And then you evolve into this.
Mm-hmm.
One takes care of one bit, another takes care of another bit. I mean, there's more than enough jobs for you to do. Absolutely thousands more.
And they can be meaningful instead of meaningless.
I got a roaring headache right now and an absolute savage amount of tooth pain. I am going to go and take some more paracetamol, I think. Oh my days. What a world.